Okay, we are starting the classes now, and welcome to PMP 6th edition learning, right? That is on PMI PMP certification. Pmbok, we have something called Project Management Body of Knowledge. It is a big community which keep working every day, every year to come out with the real happening project management style in the market. If somebody has said you Pmbok or PMP is little old, maybe they are not aware of it. There is a body of knowledge which work every other day to bring up the best in the market, and that is the reason you also have agile in PMP. So PMP is always latest in the market, whatever you say. One kind request: people who are not speaking, you can go to mute. When you want to speak, you can open up. Okay, someone is saying no audio. Is it audible now? Hope no audio. Okay. Can someone confirm you're able to hear me well? I can hear you well.
Yes, Mr. Kumar, I can hear you from Zambia.
Okay, Timothy, thanks for it. Sometime your audio was breaking. Okay, I'm hearing well. Okay, yeah, Vasan, I can fix it up. Now it's good. Okay, okay. What happened is I had a good amount of food now. Okay, I'm sitting in very relaxed mode. Maybe volume is dropping for me. Okay, so I'll fix this so that you hear me well. Right. Okay, I can hear you now. So what I do is I keep my microphone a little closer to me. So that's the best way of hearing. I kept the microphone a bit closer so that my volume is better for you. Great, great. Okay. I generally have a bigger volume because I speak in a big classroom and I speak for 50 people, 60 people at a stretch. So I have a big, loud volume. But when it comes to microphone, I be a little less so that you don't feel very bad with your headsets. Okay, thanks for confirming. If anything, yes, please go to the chat. I like the way you are interacting with me. You people are so bright and active. I appreciate it. Let's go on. I believe the recording is happening. Yes, recording is happening. Some messages come over. I'll look at the message again. Can we get an extract of the questions asked in the chat for reference learning? Okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll save the questions for you. Yeah, I'll do that part. Okay. Good. And also, whenever you go for the video, which is being recorded now, because I'm always opening the question. Okay. So what will happen is, if you go to the video, on the particular scenario, I would have opened that chat. So you'll be well connected to the question then and there. I believe that that's a point, Joseph. And still, I can also save and share with the team. Yeah, can be done. Good. So we'll go. Right, welcome, and we are going to be the topmost managers in the world by gaining PMI PMP. That's my first message to you. When you become a topmost manager, you no need to hunt for the job will hunt for you. This is literally true in my case. I completed PMP in 2016. The day when I completed PMP, it was a very emotional day for me. I was able to cry because I prepared 45 days for the exam. It is our toughest journey for me. That was a time, it was something very tough in my job, a lot of expectation in my job, and I have to spend a huge amount of time at office and then come back home and read for 2 to 3 hours per day and write a lot in a paper to get the flow of the subject and listen through a lot of YouTube videos, right? We do that. And again, I went for a classroom training where there is no video recording. You people are lucky going to get a video recording. So I took notes. I write a lot of notes in the class. So that helped me a lot. Now, every participant here, I'm requesting you to have a scribbling pad and a pencil with you. Please go back to your school days or go and check with your children at home Get them a white paper and pencils with you and write whatever points you get. Fine. Anyway, this video is available. You can listen anytime, but I would request you to note down then and there. That gives a grip for you, right? So that is the thing that you did. And after 45 days of preparation, reading books, I'll tell you which book later point. Of course, a Pmbok book. Reading that and practicing the mock examinations and listening good amount of videos. And one important thing I did in my preparation, what I learned in PMP, I try to see that in my corporate where I work. Some are correct, some are wrong, being followed in my organization. But still it is okay. I was started seeing in a different lens when I started reading PMP and started observing in the organization. That helped me a lot and prepare the exam really well. Of course, the last day I'm going to talk about all exam patterns. But now to give an idea, I cleared on July 25th in 2016. I felt very emotional and I felt, wow, I'm able to do something in my life. That was a time I realized that there is a great potential within me, but I didn't understand it for years. After completing it, the very next day is my senior manager deliverable interview. And I went for the interview. A director was taking interview to me. The moment I entered the interview room, the first thing I said is, you know what? Yesterday I cleared my PMP and today I'm for interview. The director who is going to interview me shook hands with me and said, congratulations, welcome to the top group. I was so excited to hear that. He said, welcome to the top group. And I said, what is a top group? Then I understood that the moment you clear PMP, you come to the elite club. The elite club is a place where people get a high revenue, high recognition, high respect in the society, right? So I felt proud doing that. And I really realized it the moment I started implementing what I learned in PMP in my organization. And my organization started supporting me, saying that, yes, this sounds good. What you're doing is right. This is how it should be done. We didn't do it for so many years. Now, what the two message I want to convey here is, it'll take at least 34 to 45 days sometimes to clear the exam. For some people, it takes 3 weeks to clear the exam. It differs on your knowledge and time what you get in preparation. Because some have a little bandwidth as a family, some may not have, depending on that. Message one. Message two, once you complete it, you should not keep the certificate inside your rack. If you keep inside your file, it will sleep there. That is not the purpose we do the certificate. The certificate should earn good money for you, I agree. And the second point, very important, is you should start utilizing in your day-to-day life. You may not use 100% what you learn here, but then and there something beautiful things which you like, you have to note it down and to see what your organization is doing already and start helping it. Excuse me. You have to do that. And when you do that, you start seeing the benefit in your team, benefit in your organization, benefit in yourself. And now I'll tell you, you no need to hunt for a job. Job will hunt you. And this is really happening. I started using it. Anyhow, that's a message behind that, because I have a lot of PMPs with me who don't even show a symptom that they are a PMP. Because the problem here is they got the certificate only for salary purpose. The moment they got the certificate, they totally forgot what they learned. And within 6 months, you totally lose the grip of the subject. And after 8 months, you become a normal resource. Only your name will say Sriram Kumar PMP. But when I ask someone what you learned, what you implemented, it will be zero. When it is zero, the promotion what you got will not sustain with you. It will go down. So that's what's happening. Now with that message, we'll start the game like you are a top achieving manager as you enter PMP. Welcome to the top elite club. That's a message for me. Okay, Hope, why you want to be presenter? You can listen there. I can't hear your voice. How can I reopen the audio system again? Mohammed, what's happening? I believe others are hearing me. What's happening for him? Timothy, when you say yes, can you hear me? Is it a yes meaning for that?
Yes, Kuma, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, great, great, great. I think some people are having trouble. I know we are from different continent, a different timeline, and definitely there'll be some internet lagness be there. So please be patient and come back again. And if you miss some minutes, don't bother because it's going to be a video recording for you. You can listen back, right? So don't get so nervous that you miss something. The video will be recording on. You can come back again and listen to that. Saying that, let's get to the elite world. Okay, it's the first day, first Saturday. People are not speaking. Please get to mute. Okay, I think I gave introduction already. Too many introduction will get bored with me. Okay, and here we have the days part. Today I'm not going to tax you too much. I may go with a little introduction, little bit about framework. I would like to hold the stakeholder management for coming session. Okay, that's good. Good, Mohammed. And going forward, step by step, we'll get inside. Then move on. Okay, interesting stats here. If you see a stats here, this is for the people who cleared PMP. So far, around more than 8 lakh people have cleared the exams. And how it started, we should know history about something we do. In 1995, the PMP came to market, Project Management Professional Certification. It was only for the US candidates or US citizens by the time. Till 98, only US people can write the examination. And from here, it was open to global. That is more than 180 to 200 countries. When they opened it, from there you can see the graph going high. It started really going high, 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 high. 13, 16, 2016 came here. Now it became 8,20,000 people. Good amount of people are clearing PMP because the demand is very huge. Still, the supply is very less. To be very honest, very less. Whenever I apply for a new job, I get a call overnight. If I apply by evening 6 p.m., 10 p.m., I'll get a call. Hey, there is an interview. Would you like to take it? But one thing I guarantee you, when you complete PMP, your job opportunity is 3 times higher. But at the same time, I'll warn you, only PMP will not get you a job. PMP will take you inside the interview room. How you clear the interview? It's up to your talent, right? So you cannot say that, man, I did a PMP, give me a job. No, PMP will take you inside the room. How do you speak? How do you present? What is your skill set? What is the technical knowledge? What is the business strategy in your mind? What is your leadership abilities? This is all being interviewed. If you go to interview, the talent triangle will be questioned. If you do that, yes, you can bargain the money what you want, right? That's how it is. So assurance here is with the PMP, your resume will stand inside the interview room. That's guaranteed. And again, there is an latest stats what you have. It's going a huge amount of people clearing the exams now. Each month, I'm seeing a lot of variation. In fact, every batch, my set of candidates keep on clearing the examination. Right? I always have 100% PMP certified people stats with me and with the institute. People who are from the class, who were interested in the examination, they clear the examination. Of course, some people are not interested in the examination. They only listen to the class and they feel that the class is enough for me. I don't like to go for the exam. This class is good for me to learn what is management. There are some people like that. For them, it's a different story. But I see 99% goes for examination. So if you go, things are getting clear. Okay, I just put a stats again just to show you people. Probably I'll skip this a little move forward. That is a career is a financial rewarding as well. I think we spoke about it where the project management and non-project management are variation. Right, this just to show how important management study is all about. I think I spoke about this slide for you. There is a 20% higher than average change, but now in the website it shows 25%. I think it's a change there as well. And we spoke about this demand in different industries. You can map your industry. You may fall to any other industry. Of course, it took only the 11 countries, which I showed here, 11 countries, which is going to be of a highly top countries, right? When I say top countries, sorry, I missed the map. Yeah, Maybe your country would be here. If not, there may be stats taken on the next revision. But now there's a top countries that took the stats. Okay, I do appreciate your motivation to all candidates. A good exam. Okay, some message. Let me look at my key stakeholder. Would you please keep as much as we can to enter the syllabus? Okay, that's great. Thanks for help. Got you. Yeah, just to give a motivation to people get the grip of the subject. That's the reason we put it. I will get to the subject. Thanks for that. Okay. Okay, talent triangle, we spoke about it. Okay, this is a certificate which I gained in 2016. That is about, takes 3 years timeline. Now I have renewed it. I mean, yesterday I got my new certificate, which says 2016 to 2022 it is valid. Okay, that's how it is. Now, if I by 2022 again I'll renew it, it will become 25. It'll keep going on. So I don't write the exam. I have to get the PDUs, that is, listen to some of the classes, which will help me to gain the certificate. So that's how it works. Okay, that's the message. Okay, now I think I spoke about this part. Okay, there is something called PMI Member. The PMI Member means you pay the fee to the PMI Institute and you become the member of their community. When you become a member, you get access to a lot of information what they have. It could be videos, it could be audio tapes, it could be a lot of article about project management, and this is all being highly explained very well. And there is an opportunity for career development as advancement, because they too have a community there who are top allied project managers from different country. It's like a Facebook community. They have a community there inside the PMI membership. There is a website. In the website, they pay some dollars, say $129, they become member. It's up to us to whether to pay or not to pay. We talk about the fee structure in the last day of the class. For now, just understand there is something called PMI membership exists, where you can be in the network to see more number of people, right? The more you go higher in the ladder, good network is important, because the more you have better network, your growth will be faster, right? That's a very important point. Okay, now we'll start with the main one. Now, there are 5 areas which I was showing in a different pie chart to you. Now, in PMP, they talk about 5 areas which is called as domains or process groups, which makes a project move from one state to another state. Now, what are the 5 areas? Any project will have a start, will have a plan, will have an execution, will also have a monitor and control all over, and then closing of it. If you see here, there are some percentage given here. The percentage talks about how much of time the team will spend here. If I say 13% in a project, 13% of the time is spent for initiation. That is the starting of the project. That is, you come with the charter of the project. You will identify a list of stakeholders. So this all will happen. So that's 13%. If you say 24%, we spend 24% of our time in planning of the project. Don't think that planning will happen like you do 5-6 days overall planning, then 7th day start the work. Not that way. Planning will be happening, parallelly execution will also start. I'll talk more on this later point. For now, understand that we are spending 25%, 24% of our time in planning. Execution, same way we have some good amount of time, huge time. If you watch out, huge time. Execution, we spend much time. I'll be very specific here. In fact, what happens is sometimes the companies which have a different location for project handling, and the managers sometimes does only the execution part. They may not do other parts. When I say other parts, let me go. Right. So now what happens is execution is the one takes a huge time for the project. Now there are some managers who has major role only in execution. There are some countries who get project only on execution. What will happen is there will be a client here, or there will be a manager here sitting over, does all the activities of initiation, the planning, and once they do all the stuff, they pass that information to the team which is sitting in a different country or a virtual team, and they do only the execution part. Also, they do a little bit on monitor and controlling, right? They do only 10% of it, right? But they play a major role in execution. And also closing part will be taken care by the person sitting here in a different country or different level, right? And there'll be one person doing it. We don't know who's that. It's all being virtual. They transfer that work to you and you do the work. And when the managers do this work, they assume that they are the managers. Unfortunate to say that they may not play the full role of management. You would have played only the execution part because someone has already made a planning of initiating the project. Planning the project, when I say planning, they talk about the triple constraints. They talk about three factors. They have three factors, something called scope, right? They have something called time or schedule. They have something called cost. And these three are being planned really well, how it will be done. And that is being already decided and that information come to the team. And that's why some of the managers, when they go for examination, the exam questions are a little tougher to them because they have played only the execution role. But their tag will tell that manager, delivery manager, senior manager, program manager, some tags will be there. But the real work, if you go down and see, they would have done only execution. They get the work, ask the team to do, and give back the work. That's it. Did you do the planning? No, I didn't touch the planning. Do you monitor and control? No. Did you close the project? No. Did you open the project? No. Then the exam will be slightly tougher. That is the reason people get a little complicated, but this book's what we're going to read, going to explain all this stuff. And you're going to fill the gap which you may not got in a real project. Okay, saying that, I will just take a little next stage. Okay. I put the message something like this. In project management, this 5 parts are very important. When I say project initiation, that is the starting of the project, planning of the project, execution of the project, controlling of the project, and closure of the project. So it goes in a simultaneous fashion. As I said that you have more interim deliverables coming up, you have a finished product coming up, however it is, you keep moving forward. So that's how it happens. Let me move a little further. Yes. This is where I have to spend time for you. When you go to Pmbok, that is Project Management Body of Knowledge, 6th edition, we need to have knowledge in certain areas to make the project work in this pie chart format. In the sense, if you want to do initiate to close of the project, the 5, of course, you have to do it. If you want to do this effectively, you should have knowledge in certain areas. What do you mean by knowledge? That is a technical skills. When we talked about the talent triangle, we talked about technical parameters. Nothing but you should know who are your stakeholders. You should know what is the vendor part in your project. You should know how to handle the risk factors, communication, resource, quality. So if you see here, it is almost 10 items here. With these 10 items, you will be able to move the project faster. Now, I said there is something called triple constraint. I will talk about it now. If you see, these are the areas which we should be aware of. And in fact, for your information, I'm going to take each topic here. I'm going to explain it. This is what the next few days going to happen for you. And I was giving heads up about stakeholder earlier on. The same way, it will go for every area. I will go deep dive. Now, if a project want to move in front successfully, we should have knowledge in these areas. What do you mean by knowledge? It means when a requirement comes from the customer, we should know how to handle the time. We should know how to cost factors. We should know how to do the quality testing in your team. You should know how to bring the human resource and do the material part. So this is what knowledge area. The more the better knowledge area you have, the better you will be able to serve the customers. That's a message. Now, when you do this, there is something called constraints. Constraints means blockers, or could be some obstacles which don't allow your team or your project to move forward. Because if you don't handle this constraint effectively, it can derail your project. If you say that I have 3 top constraints in a project, what are they? One is scope, other one is schedule, other one is cost. These three are important constraints. So this is scope, schedule, and cost. These three constraints is called triple constraints. Triple constraints, right? Triple constraints. Okay, sorry for my bad writing. Triple constraints here. These are three constraints very important in making a project move forward or go down. Scope is nothing but a requirement of the project. This talks about a time scheduling factor, right? And this talks about dollar value, how it's going to be handled. And these three will always play a vital role in a project movement or a growth. If a requirement changes, timeline will change. When the time changes, cost will change. You all know that. You are already doing it in a project already. I'm not speaking something very new for you. These are all well-known terms for you. We are going to see how it's being internationally handled. We are going to see how these terms are being used. That's what the knowledge I'm going to give you. Don't be surprised that you know everything already. Oh man, I know it. That's how it's going to be. Fine. That's saying that now these three constraints are called a triple constraint, very important in your project decision making. Now we have three more constraints. Let's say this is three, right? Let's say this is three constraint. I have another three constraints. Totally in a project we have 6 constraints. What are other three constraints? Other three constraints are quality is one of the constraints. If the quality of the product is not good, you can't take to the customer. You cannot even show the success rate there, right? That will be a trouble. And resource is a constraint. How many of you have a trouble in your project where you ask for some human resource where you won't get it at the time when you want? You ask for a material, you may ask for a JCP machine, you ask for some particular crane, you may ask for some particular computer. You may not get it on time or with the quality what you want. Resource constraints always there. It will be trouble for you, right? Even now, some people are saying audio is not good for me. My internet is lagging. It's a constraint. That's a constraint, is a resource constraint. Your resource are in trouble. You can't move forward. Resource here is material as well as human resource. For you in this project of 8 days of class, let's say 8 days of class is a project. We have a start, we have an end. In this project, if internet is not working well or your computer is not working well, it's a problem. It's a constraint which don't allow you to move you forward, right? And there is something called risk, another constraint. Lot of risk is there, right? Again, the point what I say, resource can become a risk if it is not consistently available. That's a risk. You may have an alternate option. Maybe the headset's not working. You get a new headsets. In a project, how it works? If it is a software development project, there is a risk that you cannot deploy the code development on the particular day because you cannot get the Amazon cloud server. Amazon cloud should be available. If it is not available on the time, you can't deploy it. That's a big risk. If you identify this risk at least a week before, you made an alternate option to bring Azure cloud. If it is a software. If it is a construction, there is a risk. Your construction is happening in a particular month. Let's say it's a monsoon season. In the monsoon season, you predict that the rain could be very heavy. If that is the case, you have to stock your material ahead. You should complete some of the external work ahead. You cannot wait for it. But rain will not come when the day when you want, or you can't order it. It can come anytime, which can spoil your work. The roofing will stop. The painting work will stop. It could be something blocker. How well you are prepared for it. That's again a constraint. Now, if I'm to talk about a constraint, we have 6 constraints in a project. Scope could be a constraint, schedule could be a constraint, cost could be a constraint, which is called as a triple constraints. Another 3 are quality could be a constraint, resource could be a constraint, risk could be a constraint. Now, why am I talking all these constraints? Because you being employed as a manager, as a leader who will be handling all this constraint efficiently to make your project move forward. If you are not there, these constraints will eat your project. I believe that's true. That's happening in some of your projects. If I ask every one of here, each one will have an example. My project had a cost problem. My project had a scope problem. One will say in the group, my customer keep on changing the requirement. I can't move forward. In this group, one will say that my customer said, deliver me after 90 days. But They're now asking me to deliver in 30 days. Schedule problem. Can happen. Quality constraints. How many products fails in the quality testing? Lot can happen. Now, without you, this can't move further. So that's why we employ you as a manager here, who is going to take control of stuff. That is on how to handle the constraints. Now, saying that, we might have 6 constraints. We should have knowledge on those constraints, and we should know how to handle it efficiently. That's going to happen. Part of it. And apart from the 6 constraints, 6 stuff, we're going to have some more information that is on communication management. How I'm going to handle the communication, how I'm going to handle the third-party vendor, how I'm going to handle the stakeholders, that is the people who are interested in the project, who are also negative stakeholders. When you know all this stuff, this is connecting all the dots what we discussed. That's called integration management. When you do this effectively, that's going to add lots and lots of value, right? That's going to make you a great manager. Up to this, any question from the team? Hope you are all with me. Okay. Okay. Sounds great. Sounds great. Good. Thanks for confirming. Thanks for confirming. Thanks, Anil. Thanks, Mama. Thanks, Gurpreet. Okay. Okay. Following well. Great. Thanks, Timothy. Thanks for confirming. Great. Great. Happy you all listening well. Thanks for being interactive. Great. Great. Thank you. So what I do is, I want to give a little importance about what you're learning. Sometimes we should look back the history and is it really important what I'm learning? Does it have a meaning? Let's see that. What I'm going to show is there's a small video, and this video talks about project management when it was started or when it came into industry. Can anybody say from this group, what is the assumption of you when the project management would have started in the world, in this world? How many years back? Say 10 years back, 20 years back? How many years back the project management would have started? Since 1995, 23 years back, Farida gave an answer. Thanks for giving the answer. But still, let's listen a little more from others also. Farida, you have any specific reason why it is 1995? Not a formal subject. Okay. Ritu has some good answer there. Okay. As per a graph provided. Oh man. Okay. 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 I like the way you answered it. Farida, for you, that is for certification, which for PMP Institute. If not, also project is there. It's not as she was saying that. Ritu was saying old times. And but says civilization timing of building the pyramid. Oh man, you touch a rock. I appreciate it. Good. Okay, I'll just show you immediately some stuff here. If you're aware of something called Henry Gantt, you heard about Gantt chart as a concept or a course? Not the course. It's about the concept. I just want to understand when the project model or a project thought started. So if that is the case, I can see answers here. 1 and 3, 2 also has some answers. Yeah, I got it. It from the concept of project management, you can count thousands of. Yeah, you're right. Farida, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, that's good. Before the Ice Age, I guess. Oh, okay, that's great. You want even beyond the limits. Okay, great. Only last week I saw Ice Age version 5 or version 4. It's a good movie. Okay. Now, what I want to say is, what I want to say is something like here. There is a person called Henry Gantt, and this person in the year 1917 he was employed to do battleship work. 1917, he has been employed to come out to the battleship. All right, you heard about Gantt chart, right? Gantt chart. The Gantt chart talks about how sequentially you have to make the work. It will be a chart, nothing but putting a set of people and set of tasks when they will complete it. Nowadays, we all have a MS Excel sheet, which is easy to do. Imagine 100 years back, we don't have a MS Excel by the time. So people don't have a format of how to make the work move forward. That is just ideally moving forward. This person, Henry Gantt, came up with a system how to take the work forward. And if you see now, it is almost 102 years old. If that is the case, you have to tell that project management is 102 years old, right? Only when this person came in, Gantt was able to establish a project within these three constraints. He was able to come out with the Gantt chart. I mean, he was able to complete the work within scope, within schedule, and within cost. Battleship is not an easy thing, you know. It's very tough. That too, it was happening the Second World War time, and it was a very crucial time. He was able to do that, and the people found that it's a very interesting format, and many started following it. And I can't say 100 yes because I have right answers here. Right answers coming saying that Farhad's put out this week thousands of years. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. You guys are 100% right there. The project management assumed to be started 4,500 years back. It is the years marked for Egypt pyramid construction. Why Egypt pyramid construction taken for consideration is they have a data how this construction happened. Of course, every country have some historical data with them, historical monuments with them, but some has a data, some don't have a data. Whereas pyramid has a data which followed all the process what you're talking here. You'll be surprised. I'm going to show you a video now. They followed all this process, but they had a different naming convention by the time. What the beauty here is, in pyramid, they use pictorial representation to show that how they did the work. And that is the data. Now it's useful for the scientists to understand, oh, the team work like this. They do the cost management, they do the resource management, everything is there clearly. That's amazing, beautiful thing. So what I do is quickly I'll show a video. You can just look through the video. Okay. Tell me if you are able to hear the audio as well. I believe audio setting is good for audio. Voice from the past, like some sort of inherited memory. Are you all getting the voice of the video coming up? Weak. Oh man. That's for me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, computer audio is being shared and you all should get the audio. Okay, anyhow, the message is on the screen. So let's observe it. Let's understand what they're trying to say. Mohammed, the quality of the video is not good. I believe the screen is being shared. You should be able to see the content. The idea of the sharing the video is to get what is the project management style followed thousands of years back. So, right, that's the idea of the content. I'm surprised why it is not being visible for you because of the share screen. Okay, since there are little clarity problem there, I'm stopping with only with the Egypt project. By the way, this is available in YouTube as well. Someone has it. Yes. Now, point is, you can even Google out and find the ancient way of a project execution or a pyramid project style. So you'll get some content there, right? The point I want to bring up here is what we are learning here is not something pretty new in the market. It is there for thousands and thousands of years. However, it is being followed by some experts in the market, and it is not being communicated to everyone. They have their own style. They felt it is very successful, and they followed it. And now that's become available to the market through such kind of certifications, right? That's how we learn through it in detail. And this PMI Institute is a one which is going through all this understanding, and they start implementing it in a variety of industries. You cannot say only it is being done only construction, one in IT. It can be anything. I sometimes get people from Army Force who come here, Air Force come here, and some come from government sector, some come from pharma. It could be many people. A project is something very unique in nature, so it can be anything. So how do you do it? That's the system we're going to follow. Now, saying that, I'll move forward. Right, to do this project effectively, what I did is I was showing you something like. Okay, I was showing you that we'll have an initiation of the project. We have a planning, execution, monitor and control, and closing. I showed this as a 5 process groups. All right, these 5 process groups are important, and you also see some percentage here. I mean, it's a numbers here. That's a number goes out of the processes. I'm going to explain it step by step. For now, just look at the screen. Don't get panic if you can't understand everything here. This is called process sheet. Okay, in this process sheet we're going to have a 49 processes. We have total 49 processes here. Overall we have 49 processes, and to support these processes we have something on top of it, that is 5 process groups which I shared in the an hour back: initiation, planning, execution, monitor, control, and closing. Right, that's very key for a project management. That is the gate, the movement, the cycle. To do this effectively, we should have knowledge in 10 areas, right? So it is 10 areas here. the number goes like this. It is a 10 areas you should have knowledge, and 5 process groups are there, and 49 process is there. So whenever I talk to people who go for the exam, I'll ask them to remember this number: 5, 10, 49. This is your number to remember for the PMP exam. Why? Because the more you're clear on this concept, the better the exam will be easy for you. Because your whole PMP is based on this sheet. This one sheet. This is where the total PMP is based on. Because next couple of days, we are going to talk about how this 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas, and 49 processes going to work together. Right, that's what you're going to do. So the number to remember is 51049. Don't try to keep it as a password or a pin number. That's a trouble for you. I'm just giving the number, saying that this is what we are going to do, because some of the candidates make it as a pin number for their credit card. Okay, saying that, now let's see some relevance to it. You have to understand why it is here, right? So we have 5 process groups, because the start, this is a close. You know little about it now. Again, I showed something on constraints. If you remember it, I was showing you there are 3 major constraints. I even gave a triangle for you. That is triple constraint. Isn't it? So that's why we have scope, schedule, and cost. These 3 we have to learn through. In order to do a project from start to close, I should have knowledge in this area. That's a meaning here. Again, I said 3 more constraints. What are they? They are something on quality is a constraint, resource is a constraint, and one more constraint I said. What is that? Risk is a constraint. If you see here, risk is there. So what happened is I have to learn these 3 constraints. I have to learn another 3 more constraints. It will become 6. That makes you 6 constraints. So to start and close the project, I should have knowledge in the 6 constraints deep inside, which we are going to learn. That's a goal of the whole PMP certification learning. When you learn the 6 constraints, we have to see other factors also. What are they? Communication is important. Procurement is important. Stakeholder handling is important. Now what happened is you have 3 plus 3 constraint. Another 3 items are important for the project running. So it becomes 3, 3, 3. So overall how much it is now? We got 9 items. But here we should have 10 knowledge areas. But we spoke only 9. Whereas 1 is left out. That's the biggest one. What stands for the number 4 just before integration? I'll come to you. Yeah, sure. Now we spoke about 3, 3, 3. So 9 is here, right? So what is the one missed out? That is integration management, the topmost hero of the system. You will integrate all the part to make the project run smoothly, right? So from start to close of the project, you should have knowledge in 3, 3, 3. That is 6 constraints, but 3 more areas. On top of that, you should be great in integration. Integration is the very, very vital part of manager. You cannot say, I don't know that, I can't do that. You should be a great integrator. Now, there is a question came up here. The question, Rachid is asking, what does the number mean here? The number mean here is a chapter number. We have a book called Pmbok 6th edition book. In that book, 4th chapter is integration management. 5th chapter is scope management. 11th chapter is risk management. So each chapter has a number here. And in that chapter 4.1 talks something. 4.2 has something. 4.3 has something. So these are all chapter numbers. By the way, that's a right question, Rachid. Nobody asked it. Could you open up? Thanks for asking. And that's how in the book it goes. Now the question comes, what happened to the first 3 chapters? The first 3 chapter talks about the talent triangle, which I was explaining to you, and little bit about the framework, which I said to you. I said 5 here, 10 here, 49 here, and this is what I explained to you. Okay, this has all been the first 3 chapters. From 4th chapter till 13th chapter, it talks one by one. Now you'll ask me, Okay, cool. That's good, Sriram. That's Kumar. You're explaining something to me. Now tell me how the course will be carried forward. How are you going to take the course? What I do is the next 7-8 days, I'm going to take one area. I'll take schedule area. I'll explain in this order. I'll explain to you horizontally. I will take a stakeholder management. Again, I'll explain you horizontally. I'll take one by one, piece by piece. I'll take you quality. I'll take you horizontally. I'll take this and explain what is plan quality, what is manage quality, what is control quality. By that, you will become an expert to know how to handle quality in your project. As simple. If I'm going to take stakeholder, you will know how to identify the stakeholder, how to plan to manage them, how to manage them, how to monitor them. So this is how we keep learning one by one. So every day or every session, I'll take one or two, right? Gurpreet is asking, where is Agile? For Agile, we don't have a separate topic here in Pmbok. Agile is mixed up in these processes. For example, in scope I'm going to take one day. I'll talk everything in the scope. Scope means requirement of the project. What is a requirement? Understanding what all makes a project to move forward. Right? Now, in olden days, they will collect all the requirement, then only the work will start. In agile way, they will not collect every requirement the first day itself. They will collect as much requirement available with the customer. Rest, they go forward, they collect it. It is called as progressive elaboration. So agile is mixed in every chapter. You will have couple of pages explaining about agile. And again, Gurpreet, for agile, there won't be any specific question in the exam. Then how we are going to cover it? Yes, every subject, every topic will have explanation about agile factors. That we'll discuss about it. In fact, we'll have a separate topic on the last day. I believe you saw the agenda. If not, I'll show you agenda again. All right. Yes. Then you got the answers. Answer for you is we have a separate topic talk about agile concepts, right? That is not part of your exam curriculum. You don't have specific questions on agile. So it is an understanding purpose. Why understanding purpose? Each knowledge area will have a little flavor of agile. How to be very agile in communication, how to be very agile in cost management, how to be a little agile in schedule management. This will be explained there. So then and there, when you come to a subject, we'll talk little about agile, but it will not drill down deep inside like a agile certification. That's a different story. Agile certification is a different story. There is something certification for ACP, Agile Certified Practitioner. That's a different book. There is a book, different certificate. So here we are going to have a project management style, and also we're going to talk a little about agile factors. I believe that's touching your point, Gurpreet. Great, thanks for confirming. So let's move forward. Of course, the first day will look a little slow for you or a little overload for you. Just bear with me, stay with me. It takes little time because after a long time, you all learning as a group. So it'll take little time. For me also, little time to make the basement. So you have to align with me. Once a basement is set, we'll get the speed. What do you mean by speed? I will take each area and start explaining to it. So you will feel comfortable by the time. For now, there'll be slight discomfort. Just stay and observe it because each one has a different way of understanding the concept. So we have to give priority to everyone. That's the reason we are explaining here. So this point I made clear that this is a process sheet. So you're going to have a 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas, and 49 processes. And if I'm in your place, I'll ask you a question. Okay, I understand the 5 process groups because start and close of the project is here. I also understand the knowledge areas 10 is here. But what is this 49 processes? I don't understand, Sriram. Can you explain me? If you ask me like that, I'll take one process and tell you what it is. Take example of charter. Charter is a process. What it means is, let me use a different pen. What it means is, In this charter, they'll prepare the high level information about the project. That is, what is the cost of the project? What is the timeline of the project? Who will be the project manager? High level information about the project, high level risk of the project, and few more information. When you do as a team in a conference room or in a meeting room or in an individual way, when you do that, that is called a process. A process means something will come as an input, something will go as an output. Here the input will be business case. The input will be your CEO giving approval. Output will be a charter getting ready. A charter is nothing but a document, a signed document. Okay, so something will come in, something will go out. That is called a process, right? So something like this, every process we're going to talk what this process is going to take as an input, what is going to give us an output, and those are the outputs will going to help you to move the project forward. Some of the output will be tangible, some will be intangible. Some of the output will be deliverable. They say if it's a new car, model X coming out, that is a new model car as a deliverable. That could be output. Maybe there is a requirement documentation filled up. That is also an output. No, Gurpreet, you cannot or you shouldn't remember every input and output. It's so tough. I'll talk about it later point. For now, no need to memorize. I always love to make people to understand the concepts because I don't love to read line by line here. If I explain the concept, that should sit in your mind clearly. If it is by concept, you remember it really well, you don't need to memorize anything, it will be easy enough. In exam, PMP exam, they don't test your ability to read and reproduce. They'll test your ability of understanding the concepts and making decisions. Exam questions will be scenario based questions where they ask some scenario, they put a scenario saying that Gurpreet, you're working in a project. There are 5 resources working together. Your deliverable should go to customer by Friday evening. And a couple of resources took a long leave on Wednesday. Now it's a crucial time to deliver your project. Now in this point of time, what will be your action? And they'll give some couple of choices A, B, C, D. This is how the question will be there. By the way, all the questions will be objective type where you have to choose answers. Now, if Gurpreet is put into this point where resource not available at the same time work should go to customer, what you will do? They'll give some choices. Either you bring new resources or you communicate to the customer that a work will be delayed or you buy very expensive resource in the market, double the rate. Can be answers. Now that kind of points will come up. So no need to remember the concepts. So no need to remember the every line, but you have to remember the concepts. So if something comes in, something goes out, that will be in the process. Anyway, I'll guide you more on this point. For now, understand that a process means something will have an input and will be an output also. Right? Now, I was talking about something on how the project starts. Okay. I was giving an example that there is a customer here. Again, sorry for my bad artwork. The customer is being approached by sales team. I'll put it as sales team. Yeah, the customer is always a lean, thin fellow. Let them be thin. Okay. Okay. If someone is not speaking, can you please get on the mute? Okay, so now the customer is here and the sales team approach them and the sales team says some ideas and the customer is ready for the project. When the customer is ready for the project, sales team reach to your upper management. It could be anybody. I'm just putting a CEO or it could be a technical team or it could be director of the company, someone. And this team will be happy enough to take the project. What they do is they quickly assemble with your top management team and they ask to come out with a charter. The charter is nothing but talks about when the work should be completed. You will have a time in that, you will have a cost in that, you will have the project manager name. Your name will be the charter. Now what's the point of putting this? It is not a legal document. When you sign an SOW, that is a legal document. That will be done by your CEO with the client. The client and CEO will sign a document that is called SOW, or it is called as an agreement. That's a legal one, but this is not a legal document. This is
Hello guys, can you hear me? Just want to double check that we have no problem. Only now I can hear you. So I guess the problem with the trainer.
Myself
Yeah,
as
we're
well.
not
I
able
had a
to.
problem.
No, we're not able to see anything, video or audio, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah, we cannot see nothing.
correct. Maybe it's a technical problem from his side.
Is this a technical problem for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Mm. Hmm?
am I audible now?
Yeah, the voice you can hear.
Okay, great.
Great. Thank you.
Hey, I had a network problem. It took 5 minutes to come back.
That's okay.
Okay, see, I said right, we have a lot of constraints in a project.
Yes, yes.
One of the constraints is a live demonstration of internet disconnection.
Technology.
Yeah, certain things goes out of our control. Okay,
Correct,
in PMP,
correct.
yeah, in PMP we call it as enterprise environmental factors. That is EEF, something out of our reach. We will talk about it. Yeah, thanks for all reminding me, and apologize for the bad connection. Okay, get back. Okay, I was talking something, right? Oh man, where is my
Carter,
very healthy client? I lost
Project
him.
Carter.
Oh man, I had a healthy client here. Let him come back again. Okay, I like this guy. Okay, And we have a sales team.
And CEO.
Yeah, good. You remember? Thanks for confirming. And sorry to all, make you wait. Okay, and that's CEO. It's not always CEO. It can be CXO, CTO, whatever tag you call, the decision makers. Okay, and this decision makers pass the message to the team where you will be there. Okay, and the book says that sometimes a project manager will be preparing the charter, sometimes a business team will prepare the charter and your name will be filled inside that. It differs. Okay, so you'll be having a time inside that, you have the cost inside that, more high level information, and your name will be there. Now what I'm saying is, when there is an agreement signed between these customer and the CEO, it's called as SOW, statement of work, or it can be of agreement where it can be legally bound. That is a different story. But when it comes here, it is an internal document where your company is authorizing you to do this whole work. Because tomorrow someone can come and challenge you. Hey, who asked you to take this project? There you can show the charter. And also charter is a very important document which will show you what is the project you're doing. It will be very high level information. I'll show a sample for you. But for now, understand that's a very high level information. So that gets ready here. I'm just giving a high view here before I get to the next level of subject. And also, we will talk only little high level view today. But when you go deep inside, you will start understanding one by one. Now, I'll give the map here. When the charter is there, this charter will be given to the team to prepare the project management plan. What is project management plan? I generally refer this as my mother document. What is mother document? It has information about all these plans. If you see all the plans, you'll be surprised. All the 9 plans here. And did I say totally we have 10 items here? We have 10 items. In 10 items, integration management is the very key to make the manager to move forward. Now, in the integration management, we have something called charter. Charter is a very high level information. With the higher level information, we'll prepare something called project management plan. In the project management plan, interestingly, you will have something called scope will be there, schedule will be there, cost will be there, quality will be there, resource will be there, every area. That is, we talked about 6 constraints and 3 more items. All will be here. Don't worry if you couldn't follow it. I'll go and explain you again and again. Every time when I go to the same page, I'll explain you again. I have this chart coming back again and again. Don't worry if you miss it. Just try to follow as much as you can. Now, the document getting ready. Now, what will happen is, when the work document is getting ready, they will hand the document to the team. The team is in the execution place. Who will be here? Your team will be here. The workers will be here. That is, they will do direct and manage project work. They will start working on the plan what is made here. Look at the beautiful thing. You have a charter. Plan is getting ready. When the plan is getting ready, it is being given to the team and team will start working. Now you can ask me the question, will I do all the planning for next 6 months, then I will give to my team? No. We will take the charter, we make 10% of the plan, give to the team to do the work. When the team is working, I will do next 20% of the plan. You are right. It's not only the team. It is with the it's not only the manager. It's with the team. Rightly said. I appreciate you. Thanks for reminding me, Rashid. Yes, it is along with the team. There is no individual role here, but we will be in a role to guide them. That's why it's called leadership role. We'll motivate the team. Motivation is a very, very, very important factor a leader should do. Right? That's very important. And coming back here. No, now the team started working. When the team started working, someone has to monitor it. What are you going to monitor? We are going to monitor, is the team working as per the plan written here? We written a lot of plan, right? For scope, schedule, cost, some plans being written. As per the plan, is the team working? That variance is done in monitor and control. I'll repeat again. The first thing from the client, it starts from here. Client, sales team, top executives, it becomes a charter. From the charter, we develop all these plans day in, day out, parallelly. It keep on happening. It's a continuous process. Until you complete the work, it's a continuous process. Don't think that planning will all happen one day, work will start next day. No. If such assumption is there, please change it. It is a continuous process. The planning happens, work will be start working up. The team will start working. When the team is working, then there is someone to monitor it. Again, manager along with the team, they do monitoring and controlling. What they do, they watch out, are we doing as per the plan? The team is working as per the plan. For example, I have an agenda with you, right? Now, like Gurpreet or someone asked me, I was showing them the agenda back. What all we have, Agile I have, what I have, I was showing them. That is nothing but a plan. I'll keep looking myself, am I following the plan? I said I'll be completing 1.5 hours. It's almost going to be 1.5 hours now. So I'm just checking my watch again, looking out, am I going as per the plan? To be frank, I am not going by the plan. I'm overshooting on the time. But I know first day that's how it will be. Second day, third day, slowly we'll get a rhythm and we know how to set it to the plan, right? That monitoring control is what in project happens. It is easy to say for me now because it is a small project of 8 days for us, which is a PMP class. But when you do a big bridge construction, if it is a mining project, if it is a massive software development project, it's a mobile app project, it is a Google Map project, it's a NASA rocket project, it is a metro rail project, it's not going to be easy game. There won't be one people, two people, it will be thousands of people working on. Huge money, lot of risk factors. You cannot just like that make a decision saying that, okay, stop it, start tomorrow. No, it won't work that way. We should have a continuous process. For that reason, they go with this kind of methodology, right? And whenever we give a deliverable, we'll close that phase. If you see here, there's a word called phase. So first phase get closed, second phase closed, third phase closed, and this project has only 3 phases. When you close third phase, the project will also get closed. This is how it works. I'm giving very high level. Imagine yourself in the flight for 30,000 feet high. When you see the ground from 30,000 feet, this is how it will look. But that's not the aim of the course. The aim of the course is make you land on the ground and explain you one by one. Only when I do that, you will know clearly what it is. What you have seen now is 30,000 feet high. Am I clear in explaining in 30,000 feet high for you? Can I get some yes or no here? Okay, couple of yes, I got
Sure.
it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, can I take another 10 minutes and then we'll say wind up for the day so that we can come back on the next session and where we go a little deep dive, explain more detail, right? Because on the first day, there is something called learning curve, right? Learning curve. We cannot expect a person to drive the car on the first day of learning. It will take little time. You have to understand the gearbox, you have to understand the rear mirror, yeah? So I'm trying to do that part today. I'm doing basic stuff today. Once you get the flow, you're going to get the next thing. And another basic stuff is you are all going to share your email ID where I have to share you some of the books to read, right? I'll do that part. With the help of PreparationInfo team, this will all be done to you. You don't need to worry, just sit relaxed and just you all get everything on your plate. Now, what I do is, okay, quickly, when the PMP exam comes over, the exam looks you as a manager who is handling at least 200 people with a budget of 10 million. Why I put a specific slide for you is, it is called as PMism. It is just a term they follow, called it up, it's a colloquial word. What it means is, you may be working with only 5 people. You may be working as an individual person. You may be working with the 45 people, right? When you go for the examination, The questions will come with assumption that you would have been worked with the 200 people, you would have been worked with a 10 million size of the project. Why I put this information here is, now on, imagine yourself as a manager who handle massive projects, who think for the people, for 200 people. 200 people means not only 200 people with their family. One of your wrong decision will put 200 into 3, let's say 600 people life down, right? Could happen. That's the reason the leaders sitting in the topmost position take time, observe well, analyze the data, talk about lot factors before making a decision. Because decision is not only for that one resource. The one resource will have his spouse, children, family, and friends. Lot more factor are there. End of dates, human factor is very important. So we should look in that dimension when you look at the questions for the examination. Again, this is not only for the questions in examination. In reality, when you go for a project after PMP, you may go to such kind of huge projects where you will have all the ability to handle it. That's the beauty of PMP. Okay, now an exercise for the team. I have a question here. Okay, the question goes here. I would expect you to read the question carefully. It's a simple scenario, very simple scenario. And 4 answers are given here, A, B, C, D. This is how the PMP questions may come. And out of these 4 choices, tell me one answer. And again, tell one more thing, information. All 4 may look like correct answer, but we want the best answer, right? I repeat again, all 4 look like a correct answer, but I want the best answer out of it. Let's discuss this question. Can you throw your answers? Cool, answers coming up. Okay, I'm seeing D, I'm seeing C. Okay, C for cat, D for dog. Okay, okay, okay. Good, keep going. Let me see all participants give answers. Someone is giving A. Okay, so far I've seen A, D, C. Keep going, keep going. Kindly everyone participate, read the question, try it out. Okay, great, great. Meet with the team, identify alternatives. You're saying D. Okay, keep going, keep going. Good, Ruben, keep going. Bernard, go. Thanks for answering. Keep going. Let's see everyone answering. Okay. Oh, sorry, I have hide the question. Oh man, I'm sorry. Keep going. Okay. I'd be interested to see everybody answering. Keep going. Yeah, try it out. Try it out. I'm giving another 5 to 6 seconds before everybody answer. Then it'll start the debate on the question. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, Callie, Shantini got answer. Okay, great. Keep going. Many are very close to the answer. Some are little there with the answer. Let's discuss about it. Keep going. I have under 3 seconds. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, and thanks to everyone who have answered here, who are going to answer again. I'm seeing good number of people answered it. Wow, what's a presentation? What's a? I appreciate this team. I think this is the first time I'm seeing the team is so very active. Amazing. I appreciate it. Now, coming to the question. The question says like this. It's a scenario now. You receive notification. When I say you are a manager of a big team, huge budget. It's a massive project. Okay, very critical project going up. Think that way always. Thanks, Manikam. Thanks, Omar. Thanks, Anthony. Okay, you receive notification that a major item you are purchasing for a project will be delayed. And I'll tell you, this is a very common scenario in any project. It can be IT or non-IT. Any project will have this scenario. Now, what is the best? Here, the word to be underlined is best, because all four are look like very close answers. That is the reason we're seeing more D. Some people are given C, some given A, and did anybody give B? B for biscuit? I don't think anybody gave B. Okay. Okay, no B, thankfully, no B, no B, thankfully. I appreciate it, because the moment you're going to notify your manager will ask you, then why I have employed you? If this problem can't be solved by you, then why I have employed you? Why I have to pay salary to you, right? That will be the question answer from your senior manager. So notifying your manager out of choice. Let's unplug it. Now we have three more here. Let's see. Pre-plan your project to accommodate this delay. I agree. If you pre-plan, it's nice. But this is a situation happening now. You are on the spot. You are on the ground. The football match is happening. What is the decision now? Right? You cannot say pre-plan. Ronaldo should have practiced 3 hours extra. No, that can't. Today, in the ground, game is going. You received notification. It means current. So this will not suit here for this situation, right? So two answers unplugged. Now we have two. These two are very close. Now you receive notification the item is getting delayed. When this is delayed, project will be delayed. The deliverable which to go to customer by Friday, it will be delayed to Monday or Tuesday. Now let the customer know about it and talk over the options. If you are purchasing something to the customer, let's say you're booking something online and it should be delivered on the Friday morning, that is a birthday of your spouse, and you're getting a call on Thursday night, very sorry, we can't deliver the birthday cake on Friday morning. Will you be happy or you give back to them? You literally give back to them. Why? Because the customer never want to know what is happening behind the screen. The customer want to know what is the solution for it, right? This can be an answer as a last moment. Nothing can be done. Everything went out of hand. There you can talk to the customer. I'm really apologize. My internet connectivity went off, so you guys have to wait for 5 minutes. That I can do the last minute, but I cannot make it as an option, make it as a choice, right? So that is the case. C will also be unplugged. Now what could be the answer? D. The D talks here, meet with the team and identify the alternatives. Because as a manager, as a leader, you are a team person. You are a people person. You will talk to a team. You will talk to respective stakeholders and understand what can be the best option. So if that is the case, D is the right choice here, right? I know people have other answers with you. Other answers also correct, but not the best one. Why it is correct? If this answer is not here, imagine only 3 is here. In this 3, which is the best one? Which is the best one is you can notify your manager. Thanks, Vasan. That's a good to know. But if this 4th one is not here, out of 3, I can talk to a manager. Hey, you know what? There is something mess happening. My team is not able to give the answer. I want to escalate it to the higher level. And if your manager is not listening to you, your manager don't have any information, then we can open up with the customer. That's a last choice. It's a very last choice. A bad shape. They'll punch on your nose. You will bleed. You will bleed at your nose when you go to the customer. But still, it's a worst case. I have to call my customer and tell them that I'm sorry, guys. I cannot bring the birthday cake on Friday morning. Please forgive us. Understanding this can become a knowledge which you can pre-plan for the next project or next release or next iteration or next set of action. This time it can't be pre-planned. Pre-planning can be next understanding. I believe I'm able to put some answers clear for you now. Okay, there I see. Great.
Can I talk for 1 or less than a minute? Okay, Timothy's
Sure.
here.
Sure.
I think maybe also from experience, like you mentioned, it was about the best thing to do. All of them will be done, but what is the best thing to do? And why that D, to reinforce D as the most appropriate thing is that maybe in the course of meeting the team, discussing with the team for the alternatives, you might even find solution to the problem and possibly meet the deadline or have reduce the level of delay and then impact on the project delivery.
Yeah.
It's also, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. See, the point here to be mentioning is you are meeting a team to identify, can that be an alternative or can be some value engineering? I'll talk about value engineering later part, where what best can be done in this current situation. Doesn't mean that your team will have all the answers. Team may or may not, but at least first you have to address it. After addressing the team, no answers come up, then can be next set of actions. It can be even talk to senior officials. You know what? The supplier didn't give the material. I spoke to my team. My team could also not find the right answers. We are still stuck up. Would like to escalate to the upper management to understand what best can be done. Right? Okay, I'm seeing Faryad some answer here. In reality, okay, one thing I want to clear, Faryad, it is we shouldn't go by reality and what is in the book. It should be both same, because as I said about, there are 75 projects, 75% of projects fail and 24% of project get success. Sometimes we would have not seen the successful project, where sometimes it makes us to think reality is different and book is different. And we'll read it again. In reality, I disagree. If it's a major item, means can't be skipped or provide alternative. Okay, I think you're touching the point. If it's major item, means can't be skipped or provide alternatives. True, you are right. But what will happen if you don't have the supplier coming over there, but you have to go for it, right? So you have to choose out some option with your team, identify the alternatives, and you have to communicate to the stakeholders. We didn't say that immediately deliver it. You have to identify it and you have to communicate to the stakeholders. Hey customer, look out here, something has collapsed here and we are working out an alternate option for you. Would you be interested to go further on? Imagine you booked a hotel room. You are traveling to the hotel, and the hotel guys say that we are very sorry to say that the suites are not available, but we have a swimming pool facing good room. Would you be interested to take on? We apologize for the mistake happened, but will you be interested to take on? We get sometimes such kind of calls from our customer, from the hotel guys, right? So something like, it's a worst case where you're finding alternative here, but the question asking here is, what is the best thing you can do in this spot? Of course, there are a lot of answers in this spot. Okay, few more answers coming up. Let me read that. Customer may mean your client who needs to know what's happening even as you meet with the team. Absolutely. I think I touched that point. After meeting the team, we will talk to the customer. Stakeholder communication. We'll cover that subject. It's there. Main supplier doesn't have the product or parts, but you can check with the other suppliers, right? Yes, we can. I think that's what the alternative part talking about. But Farhad, about the right question, if it is a major item, you can't go for alternative. Your customer may not be happy. But that's the point you are saying, that if you have other suppliers, we can go, but you have to keep them informed. Tell them that, you know what, we want to supply quality A. Unfortunate, we don't want to disappoint you. We have to go with the quality B, if it is fine with you. If not, it will be a different set of action that will go for escalation. Okay, let me go a little down. Learning from the current project that can be implemented in the next one. So pre-plan should help in the next project. It's not only next project, even be next release, next item immediately. Definitely, this can be one of the risk items while planning the project, and should have some mitigation plans. But in given situation, best bet will be to meet the team. Amazing, Rito, you rocked it. You made the right point there. I just faced a problem during the last week. Fiber optics stuck in the port and delayed for a week. Wow, right example. The best is transparency immediately with the customer. Amazing, great. But did you talk with your team immediately? Do we have alternate providers or alternate options before you talk to the customer? Or you are the only decision maker, then it is fine. But if you have a team, happy that you would have discussed with them, at least understand what is the ground reality, and then you put to the customer, maybe some new choices would have come through. Anyway, that's a real situation. Thanks for sharing it. I believe the issue is resolved now. Okay. Before speaking to the customer, yes, you're right. Vasan, Pmbok approach is always different and do not go by our actual experience. We need to change to Pmbok approach to clear the exam, if I'm correct. You are straight to the point. Doesn't mean that I request people to come or something out of their thought process. No, it's not like that way. It is something like I was keep saying again. Sometimes we worked in a project which is not a successful project, right? And why it is not successful? Maybe they have not followed the approach which successful project followed. Now these Pmbok guys are not easy guys. They're traveling 200 countries, meeting n number of projects which is successful and unsuccessful, and they take the essence out of it and they give you here. That's why it sometimes looks crazy, man. It looks crazy, man. I can't do this, but actually only when you do this you will get a success. And they don't say 100% guarantee here. They say that these are the approaches followed. You can try, it can give benefit. That's how it goes. By the way, one point I like it. We need to change Pmbok approach to clear the exam. Oh man, you are straight on the nail there. Okay, yeah, sometimes you have to think in that dimension, but still I like Faryad's real example. That is a really sensitive one. We have to understand that problem, but I feel the team too has some information to communicate to their manager. Okay, maybe I believe the discussion would have happened. Tiboti says, by meeting with the team, you will be better equipped with the stakeholder engagement, communication management. Amazing, Timothy. You exactly answered what I want to say. And yes, if not, your stakeholder will punch you front and back. We should know what you have to communicate. Yes, you will talk this very deep inside when you go for stakeholder management and communication management. Amazing, amazing, Timothy. You made the right point. What Edwin is saying, as a project manager, the customer will want to hear your advice and proposed way forward. Hence, it is important that you meet with your team and come up with a contingency plan, then reach out to customer. Amazing, I like it. I love the way. By the way, again, contingency plan is something you be prepared ahead, that you know that this risk will happen, for which you already pre-planned certain things, right? And it is not only when the issue happened to jump there. The issue would have been pre-thought, right? Predicted it. I know that the rain will happen. If rain happens, the painting which we made will peel off. If it peel off, what need to be done? That action should be there. I like it, Edwin. You put it the right way. Great. But overall, what we discussed, Faryad is the only person who faced really exactly recent days, and I believe the problem gets solved. If not, the customer would ask more choices. If someone calls me, says that, sorry sir, Friday morning I can't deliver you the cake, I will shout them like anything. I will scold them like anything. After 5 minutes, I'll ask him, okay, happened is happened. Tell me what is the next choice, right? Definitely ask it. I know you guys are not going to deliver it. What is the next choice for the money I paid you? I paid $150 for a Black Forest cake. And you're calling me on Thursday night and telling that cake can't be served. I will hell out of them and then say that, what is the value you're going to give me for the money I paid? There I should have some choices, right? If I have that, I'll win the customer. If not, I'll mark my project under failure project. Edwin says, oh sorry, Ismail says, Edwin, there can be another local supplier that could provided what are chosen failed to supply, as told already above. It may be more expensive sometimes, but the problem is meet the deadline. Okay, yeah, good to see that the people are debating here and coming out with some answers. It's very healthy, very healthy. I appreciate it. I once again thanks everyone participated, but I can see few names coming over. Out of, we have around 40 people, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 37 people are here. I would expect more people participation. Of course, going forward, you too will get interest on participating. And one thing be very clear here, there is no right, no wrong. Management is an ocean. Management is a pure ocean, and nobody is an extreme expert here. Everybody good at one situation. You put the same person in another situation, chances of failure is very high. So try whatever is good for you. Whatever your instinct says, try it. Right? So I would expect everybody to come over and answer it and be participative. That makes me interesting. That makes you interesting, because learning in a web and internet is a slightly tougher, because we are not seeing in front in classroom, right? That's why it will be a little tougher. One more choice from here we'll learn, and then we'll say is it good for the day. Where is not here? D is the most practical option to avoid misunderstanding among the team. Options are always developed in brainstorm session. Therefore, input of each team member is critical. I agree. Okay. Thank you so much. It was interesting. Great. Thank you, Shira. It was interesting. See you next session. Great. Okay. Yeah. Now I'll just give a heads up what happened, what we did today. I'll wrap up in 3 minutes so that you can go and continue your day. Okay. What's happening? Here it is. So what else we did is today we touched on, come on guys. Okay, quickly point is today we touched on the the gap in the industry, why we come for project management studies. I gave a heads up on that, and we also understood the stats, the need for project management professional with a skilled talent. All right, some study I explained to you. Then I show the growth in each industry where there is a high expectation. It starts up to 2027, right? And we highly spoke about talent triangle, which talks about the importance of having knowledge in business strategy, technical knowledge, and leadership abilities. Yeah. Then I was explaining a little here on project management pie chart. That is the process flows, how it goes on, right? And then I explained about leadership and interpersonal skills, how important it is, right? That's how it goes. And then comes the stakeholder management. I little gave an idea about this. Yeah. Now I also say about 10 areas in project management. I was explaining these points, and then given schedule to you what will be the classroom for the next 8 days, right? And about the exam points, that is on filling up the application form, where I'm going to guide you end to end, and how your certificate looks like. Yeah, great. And some of the information about the reports. Good. That we learned, and then we learned a little bit about yeah, again we touched a little bit about benefits of membership and pie chart, and I believe I spent good time on this 10 knowledge areas, and this is one important chart I was spending time. You should have idea in 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas, and 49 processes. This is going to help you literally well. Great. And quickly, there are some last few questions. Someone is asking me, any assignment for the week? Yes, I have an assignment, but not for this week, because it's the first week you are getting the rhythm. The second week, I already prepared an assignment for you. I'm all going to get a Gmail ID of yours. I'm going to request everyone to come out with a Gmail ID, because this exercise is going to happen in Google Classroom. Right. So what I do is the preparation info is going to collect all your email IDs, and they're going to send you a mail and request you to come out to the Gmail ID, and the process is going to start. There'll be a continuous touch with you. Yeah. So I'll be sharing some syllabus where you have to work out at your home for the next week, not now. So now next 5-6 days, enjoy the day. You can listen through a lot of videos about PMP, and the recorded sessions will be shared with you. You can listen through that. And with